Mm.
That is so important. That, and I'm gonna leave the community unnamed, but in Philadelphia we have a particular
I already know who you talking about.
community that is just
Everybody in America, everybody watching know who you talking about.
the AdApp is horrible. It's horrible. You know, oh what I never seen you here. Doesn't matter.
That's some crazy. That's a crazy thing to say to somebody. I've never seen you here, and you know what? There's so I already know who you're talking about, but I I've heard that from so many different people that it has to be true because all these different people who don't know each other saying the same exact thing can't all be lying.
And and I remember when I first took Shahada when I was 16, I used to go there.
Hmm.
And I remember, I'll never forget it actually. It just sticks out in my mind. It was me and another sister that I knew from the group home. And she had on niqab. I had on niqab, and we were all just sitting there. And it was a sister that didn't. And she was like, she's so fresh. She's not covering her face. And I just remember like you become so callous. Like when I went there, I remember like, and I kind of feel like that was part of the reason why I turned away so many years ago, because it hardens your heart going there. Like you just
Mm.
you it's always a bunch of gossip. It's always it like I don't ever remember going there and somebody wasn't the topic of a conversation
Mm.
there, like never feeling welcome, or anything. Like it's just
And that's very sad because somebody comes to a mosque and they're coming for healing. They're coming to learn the truth. They're coming to maybe make a change in their life. They're coming, maybe where they live at, they can't. They're a new Muslim or they're interested in Islam. They can't kick it with the people where they live at because nobody's on that time. So they're coming to the masjid to maybe find some companions or hear something that can, send them in a different direction. And instead they get that. Isn't that like a form of spiritual abuse?
absolutely
Yeah.
a spiritual abuse. You you try to out them and make them feel like they are not on the true path because of they are struggling with stuff. But again, if you go back to the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? Because they quick to be like, oh, you don't do this, you don't do that. When if you look at the history, it started with Tawheed for the first 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
It started with Tawheed, making sure people understood who Allah is and who they should be
Mm.
worshiping. But you try to
That's
shove them into our ritualistic parts, which is amazing. Don't get me wrong, they are amazing and we should do it. It makes you feel better. But if I don't understand who Allah is, but I learned how to pray, how effective is that in my life?
mm-hmm.
I'm fasting and I'm like, yeah, I ate sahur and I, broke my fast with a date and some water. And I was like, but if I don't know who I'm doing this for, why I'm doing it, how it's going to get me closer to my Lord.
Oh, that's true. I've seen spiritual abuse tear people up. I've experienced spiritual abuse multiple times in Islam and in Christianity. I've experienced
Mhm,
spiritual abuse, and it can really mess you up. It can
mhm.
really mess your head up.
Your
What would you?
soul.
Yeah, it's a wound. Abuse is a wound. It's not just people think if something is if abuse isn't physical,
Mhm.
you know, just shake it off. You need to,
Yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with you, like you said.
Mhm.
Ain't nothing wrong with you. No, something's wrong. Something is wrong.
Yeah.
You can't mentally and psychologically abuse people like that, and then expect to be able to build communities.
Mhm.
You know, it's great that so many people give dawah, and it's great. We need more people to give dawah.
Absolutely.
But once they take the Shahada into the fold of Al Islam, what kind of experience are they going to, what experience are they going to receive? You
Mm-hmm.
know, what's going to happen to them? And, you know, every time I see someone take Shahada, you know, if I see somebody take Shahada in the masjid, I try my best to, you know, get the person my information and get their information and try to keep in contact with them because I know what could happen. I
Yep.
know what can happen, what can go wrong, you know.